A new kind of YouTube has quietly emerged. One where words no longer describe the story. They become it. You don't film anymore. You summon. You don't edit, you imagine. And what used to take days of cutting, syncing, and color grading now happens before your coffee cools. But if anyone can create cinematic worlds with a few lines of text, what happens to creativity itself? The speed of creation has collapsed. The barrier between imagination and production gone. For the first time, thought is content. And the only real bottleneck is how deeply you can think. It's thrilling and terrifying. Because when creation becomes effortless, meaning becomes the new hard work. Every era had its camera. This one has its mind. The new storytellers aren't holding lenses. They're holding language. Every word carries motion, light, and emotion. Type a feeling, and the world responds. Type a memory, and it rebuilds the past. It feels like magic. But behind that magic is math. And behind that math are questions no algorithm can answer. Imagine a world where millions of creators no longer chase gear. They chase ideas. A teenager in Delhi, a filmmaker in Lagos, a teacher in Sao Paulo, all using the same invisible studio that lives inside their browser. Each prompt becomes a brushstroke in humanity's new canvas. YouTube, powered by imagination itself. But wait, if everyone can make anything, what will still make you worth watching? That's the paradox of this new creative age. The easier creation gets, the rarer authenticity becomes. When everything looks perfect, we start craving what's real again. The heartbeat in a voice, the imperfection in a story, the pause that wasn't planned. And that's where creators like you win. Because AI can mimic emotion, but it can't truly feel it. The hidden engine behind this new wave, systems like Veo 3 Fast and others integrated into YouTube, aren't just automating video. They're automating art. Type sunrise over an empty market. Camera glides through steam and cobblestone. In seconds, you get atmosphere, motion, sound. It's not about showing the process anymore. It's about asking what that process means. Will the world celebrate infinite creativity or drown in infinite noise? Here's the truth every creator must face. Speed can amplify your message or erase your meaning. We've entered the attention economy's final stage, where thinking clearly beats working endlessly. Because when anyone can publish instantly, the only thing that scales is trust. And trust can't be generated. It has to be earned. That's why disclosure matters. Every clip, every sound that isn't real, label it. Not because the law demands it, but because your audience deserves it. Viewers forgive imperfection. They never forgive manipulation. When you stay transparent, the algorithm stays on your side. But let's not fear this. Let's build with it. Because this is also the most liberating moment in creative history. You no longer need studios, actors, or gear. You need vision. Your story can now move at the speed of thought. And if you align that speed with purpose, you'll outlast every trend. Think about what this means for education, for news, for self-expression. An entire generation growing up fluent in cinematic language without ever touching a camera. The classroom of the future may not have chalkboards. It may have prompt boards. The next Spielberg might never hold a lens. They'll hold a keyboard. But power without boundaries always tests our ethics. Because when everything looks real, truth becomes fragile. A sunset scene can carry propaganda. A smiling face can be synthetic. That's why every responsible creator must now double as a guardian of context. Your label, your caption, your honesty, they're the new tripod holding your story steady. Still, amid all this uncertainty, something beautiful is happening. We're learning that creativity isn't about control. It's about connection. AI gives us the tools, but humans give them meaning. The moment you type a prompt, you're translating emotion into geometry, hope into pixels, dreams into data. And when someone on the other side of the world feels something real, that's not AI's power. That's yours. So don't get lost in the tech. Get lost in the feeling. Ask yourself, what story could only you tell? What memory could only you revive? Because the algorithm rewards watch time, but humans reward truth time. And in the long run, truth always trends. Before you publish, breathe. Run this new kind of checklist. Is your title honest yet magnetic? Does your thumbnail provoke curiosity without deceiving? Have you credited your sources? Have you labeled synthetic visuals or sound? And most importantly, does it make someone feel something genuine? If the answer is yes, then hit upload. And watch what happens. Because every time you press publish now, you're not just sharing content. You're shaping culture. You're deciding what this new world will believe and what it will ignore. You are the filter. You are the editor. You are the conscience of the algorithm. And that responsibility is bigger than any subscriber count. But yes, this is also your chance to grow faster than ever. Because when you mix integrity with innovation, audiences stay. They don't just scroll by, they subscribe. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real in a synthetic age. So as this new creative dawn rises, don't chase virality. Chase value. Use AI as your brush, not your identity. Let it enhance your rhythm, not replace your voice. Because when words became worlds, it wasn't to end human creativity. It was to remind us why it matters. If this vision moved you, subscribe and join the movement. Drop a comment with your own one-line word, the first prompt you'd bring to life, if anything were possible. Once we hit 1K comments, you'll unlock the free prompt pack 01. Worlds in Words, filled with scene cues and emotional frameworks to build your next story. And in the next episode, we'll explore the coming duel, Sora versus Veo, the future of synthetic cinema. Until then, keep imagining, keep labeling, keep feeling. Because in this new age of infinite creation, the rarest thing isn't AI. It's authenticity.